Okay. So we have a pie chart, a bar graph. When we are presenting our data using bars, okay, on a graph sheet, okay, using bars on a graph sheet, and we are presenting our data in that form, okay, and it helps us to analyze the data, okay, it helps us to read the data in a better way, analyze the data, and draw conclusion, okay. So that is known as bar graph. Now, in the last class, we practiced one question on bar graph. Okay. So there's also one more thing that I want to tell you all. Okay. When we are making a bar graph, okay, when we are making a bar graph, we have two quantities, okay, two different things that we use. Okay. Two different things that we use when we are making a bar graph. Okay. So we are having, like, when we are making a bar graph using a particular data, we are given two things. We are given the category, okay, and the number. Okay, the category and the number. So the category that is given to us, for example, take anything, take number of vehicles, okay. Sorry, take vehicles, okay. Then or take any suppose villages, okay. So name, their name, okay, names
Excuse
of
me.
Yazara.
The question, do we use a graph book?
Do we use a graph book today? Yes, Zara, we are going to use the graph book today. Okay.
Okay.
So names we take on this axis. Okay. Names we take on this axis. It's known as the x-axis. Okay. And y-axis. And on this another line we take the number of vehicles. Number of vehicles. Okay. And then we take a particular range. Okay. On this side, we take a particular range of numbers. All right. So that is known as scale. That is known as what? Scale. This I also explained to you all in the last class. Okay, now the scale, what it needs to be, it depends on what data do we have. Okay. What the scale is depends on the data that we have. If we have the data like this, then okay, 10 vehicles, okay, then 30 vehicles, then 40 vehicles. So we can take the scale of 10, okay, 10 centimeter. Okay, so it will be, scale will be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, like this on this line, okay, like this 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. All right, if our data is multiple of 5, then we can take the scale that is multiple of 5. Okay, like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay, but sometimes what happens, we are given a data, a scale, okay, that is very big, okay, very big numbers we have for the scale. So that time what we do, let's see, suppose, suppose I have the scale, okay, this data is given to me with the population of five villages are shown below. Five villages are shown below. Okay, so the village names they have assumed village A, B, C, D, and E. Okay, population is given 5,000, 3,500, 4,500, 2,000, and 5,500. Okay. So this is the population that they have given the names of the villages are A, B, C, D, and E. Okay. Now, when sometimes we have very large data, okay, so what we do, large figures, we convert it into small figures proportionally. Okay. What we are studying is called conversion of large figures to small figures proportionally. Okay. Now, see the village. Okay. For all of it, okay. We know that in a graph paper, okay, we mark this number of something in 1 centimeter gap. Okay. So we can choose a scale 1 centimeter for 500 people. Okay. We analyze this data. Okay. And what I did, I chose a scale 1 centimeter for 500 people. Okay. So this will reduce the height. Okay. This will reduce the height. All right. So for village A, okay, this is my village A. Height will be what? For my village A, then the height will become 5,000. 5,000 divided by 500. So height becomes what? 10 centimeter or 10. Yeah. Then 3,500. Then I will divide with 500. So my height becomes 7 centimeter. Yeah. For village C, 4,500 divided by 500 becomes 9 centimeter. Okay. Then 2,000. Again, I'll divide with 500. It becomes 4 centimeter. And 5,500. I'll divide with 500 also, which will make it 11 centimeter. Okay. All right. So this is the new height. This 11, 4, 9, 7, and 10 is the new height. So we can take the range multiples of 2, 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12. Okay. And then make a graph. All right. So this is known as conversion of large figures to small figures proportionally. Okay. What we assumed, okay, you can put a star and write this line, okay, that a scale 1 centimeter for 500 people is chosen to reduce the height substantially. To reduce the height substantially. Okay, got it now? Hello, have you all understood what we did?
Yes.
Okay, Zara, got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, see, we had the data, okay, 3,000, 2,000, 3,500, 4,500, then 5,500, 5,000. Okay, we had all this data. Okay, so what we did, okay, now in the graph, 1 second, um, the graph paper, we have boxes like this, right? Like this we have. Okay, so every box is 1 centimeter. Okay, every box is 1 centimeter. And what we do, what we just did, okay, is that, one sec, yeah, a scale 1 centimeter for 500 people. Okay, this is 1 centimeter. Okay, so we assume that this is gonna be for 500 people. Okay, this is gonna be for 500 people. All right, 1 centimeter equals to 500 people. Okay, so now we need to find that proportionally what this all data will be, okay, if we make it in proportion to 500 centimeters. Okay, so we divided the 500 3500 2000 and 5500 with 500. So we got the proportionate this thing height. Okay, this 10 centimeter and this 10 centimeter 5,000 is the same. Okay, but proportionally we obtain this by dividing 500 because we assume that 1 centimeter is for 500 people. Okay, got it now? Okay, all right. So see, this method is optional. Okay, using this method is optional. If you want to do this in the exam, then it's okay. Or other thing you can just do is you can mark, you can make this graph, okay, directly with the given data. All right, you can take 1,000, 1,500, then 2,000, 2,500, 3,000, 3,500, okay, then 4,000, 4,500. That frequency also you can take, all right, and then just draw the graph simply. Okay, so that is another thing you can do, or you can reduce it and you can do. Okay, since this reducing method was there in your course, so I have taught you all to reduce and then do, or you can make it directly also. Okay, yes, Simeon, I can see your graph. Is this for this data that this the same one, the question that we are doing?
Yeah.
Okay, okay, good. So we will be making its graph. Okay, we will be making its graph. So right now this graph I'm gonna make with this information. The new height that we obtained. Okay, let's make this graph with the new height that we obtained. Okay. Have you all written?
Yes.
Okay. Fine.
Sweet.
Okay. Let's make this graph. Okay, first draw two axes. Okay, x-axis and y-axis. Where they both meet at each other, that point is known as zero. Okay, zero. All right. Now, what does x-axis denotes? Write it down. Village, village. or villages denoted by the x-axis. Okay. And what does y-axis denotes? Write it down. Population. Okay. Here we are going to mark the population. So write down population. Okay. Now we will mark the frequency or range. Okay. Let's put it. From 0, we will go. Okay. We are going to, since we're going to take the new height, let's take the multiples of 2. Okay. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and
In my
12.
graph, I wrote it as 500, 1000, 1500, 2000, like that.
Okay, that's right, Sunil. That also is correct. Okay. Now, A, we calculated for village A, we calculated 10 centimeter. So let's make 10 centimeter. This is keep writing it down also. Okay. The name of the village A. Okay. Then we have next one, that is village B. Okay, village B is how much? 7 centimeter. Okay, so mark 7 centimeter in between 6 and 8. Okay, the block that is in between 6 and 8, mark the half of it. Okay, we mark the half of it. That will be your 7 centimeter. By the name B. Okay, then C1 is how much? 9 centimeter. So let's mark the C1, 9 centimeter. The block that is between 8 and 10. Okay, half of that block we will take to mark the 9 centimeter. Okay, write C, C. Okay, then the next one is village D. We took it as calculated 4 centimeter. So at 4, make a bar. Put D. And then the last one, 11 centimeter. Now you can see the block between 10 and 12. Take half of that and make a bar. Yes, and mark it as E. Okay, so we have all the villages A, B, C, D, and E, and the population. Okay, either you can take this new calculated frequency, or you can take the original frequency on the scale as well. Okay, Got it now? Any doubt in this question?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Yes, Ibrahim.
Ma'am, where
Yes.
are the scale? Where is the scale?
Here is the scale. The scale in this one is, I'll write it down, 1 unit equals to 10 centimeter.
And ma'am, if person wants to find out how much
2 centimeter.
is this, then how will they
How
find
much?
it, ma'am? Is because we haven't given. If we just say the population of villages, they will think that for in one village only 4 people are living.
No, you'll have to show the calculation, the previous calculation that I've showed you, okay, and the line that I made you write, okay. What did I make you write? Can you read it once? Mark star and write this as I said.
So ma'am, you'll have to show a calculation.
Yes, you'll have to show the calculation that we did, okay, and you will write that a scale 1 centimeter for 500 people is chosen to reduce the height substantially. Okay, this line you have to mention. Okay, then show the calculation, divide all the data with 500, and then the new height that we've obtained. And then after that, you will make this graph. So when a person is looking at the graph, he will know, okay, okay, this person has taken 500, okay, as the proportionate, okay, and then accordingly they have divided and then reduced the height, okay. So then I will get to know that, okay, you have reduced the height, okay, proportionally, okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Anaya got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, it's very important that we have a proportionate, to find out the scale. Okay. So, why an appropriate scale is important? Okay. Scale means at one unit gap, how much numbers do we take? Okay. What frequency are we taking? Is it multiples of 2, multiples of 5? Okay. Or multiples of 10, what it is, okay, or directly multiples of 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sometimes that also is used. So this helps us to decide the proportionate height of the bar. Okay, what will be the proportionate height helps us calculate. Then it also helps us to draw the bar graph on paper. Okay, by reducing the figures proportionately. Then it gives a simple method of interpretation or drawing inference. Okay, and it helps in making the bar in proportion and looking good. Okay, neither too small or neither too large. Okay, so these were the you can say, why do we need an appropriate scale? Okay, so these were the points in it. It's in your book. Okay, any doubt in any of the points? No, right? They are very easy to understand. Okay,
Ma'am,
so
if I draw something like this in next to the scale,
something like this show. Okay, it's right. Correct, Abraham. You can make it. Okay, that's not a problem. If you put it in a box, then it's okay.
Ma'am, I don't understand what AB is done. Could you explain, please?
Zara, basically before we had said that 1 unit is equal to 500. That we kept as 1 centimeter. 1 unit is 1 centimeter long on the graph. Now we made it to 2 centimeter. 1 unit is equal to 2 centimeter. So 1 centimeter half is 0.5. So that representation is of 0.5. And we had said it equals to 500. So 0.5 is equal to 500.
Thanks, AB.
Welcome.
Okay, so now in the last class, I told you all that we then sometimes we are given the graph. We will be given the graph and we'll be asked some questions. Okay, we'll be given the graph and we will be asked some questions that are based on the graph. Okay, so I'll be showing you all a graph and you guys have to answer questions that are based on it. Okay, that are based on it. Give me a minute.
Ma'am, will the graph be found in the book?
Um, is the graph in the book? No, Abraham, this is a separate question. Okay, not from your book because your book has very limited questions. Just one question. Okay, so this is from outside. Just a minute. But the concept is similar. Okay. Can you see the question? Okay. Examine the graph below carefully and answer the following question. Okay, now this graph depicts the result of a school's students. Okay, the results for particular batches. Okay, has the batches from 1991 to 1996. Okay, and the results are being shown. All right, what percent passed and what percent failed, both are given.
But
All
ma'am,
right.
this is not a bar graph. Bar graph. This is a dual bar chart.
Yes, it's a dual bar chart. Okay, where we have two quantities on a same bar graph. Okay, but can you just analyze and tell me? Can you take a look at the questions and tell me?
You have to write this down, ma'am.
Do you have to write this down? No, not necessarily. Okay.
Just answer orally.
Yes, tell me the answers over. Just look at it, think of it, think of the answer, and tell me. Unmute and tell.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Ma'am, the answer to the C question is 4 times.
A question,
No, C.
C question. How many times have the same number of kids failed? Okay, C question. It's correct. Abraham. All right. And the A question?
Ma'am, the answer to the B question is the average number of kids who failed in school are 100 kids.
Which year has the smallest difference?
No, ma'am.
Average number of, okay, second, B1. Last 5 years, what is the average number of kids who failed in school?
100 using the mode.
100. Okay. Recheck Abraham once.
Ma'am, we have to use the mode or the medium or the range.
Do we use the mode, the median, or the range? We use the average. Okay. How do we take average? We sum all the marks. Okay. Of we sum all the marks and divide by. Sorry, we sum all the number and divide it by the total number. Okay, that we have the number of quantities that we sum.
So, ma'am, that's mean.
Yeah, that is going to be your 100, 100, 50, 100, and 100. Okay, then divided by 5. All right, so you'll get 450 by 5. That is 90. Average will become 90. Okay. Mode we are not going to use in this. All right.
Ma'am, the answer to the A1 is the year that has the smallest difference between the number of kids who passed and the number of kids who failed is 1991 to 1992.
Very good, Abraham. That's right. This answer is 1991 to 92. Okay. Why? Now you can see that only one part of difference is there. Well, here it is 2. Okay. Here it is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. D and 4. Okay. So can you see the difference? Here is minimal. Okay. Between the red and the, sorry, between the black and the white. That is between the number of pass and the fail. Here it is the minimal. Okay. This one. All right. If we look closely, we can see. Okay. So the first one, the difference is
Ma'am, I have a question about
yes,
graph.
yes. Ask.
Ma'am, this graph doesn't have a standard student rate like this amount of students will come, right, ma'am?
Doesn't has a standard. What do you mean? Can you explain?
Student rate, like ma'am, at least in this year there will be 100 students at least who will like at least we will have at least 1,000 students in our school. Out of them, some will fail and some will succeed.
Hmm.
We will have 1,000 students in our school. So it doesn't have like that, right, ma'am?
Yeah, I don't think so. It has like that. Okay.
So then, ma'am,
So
calculate also how many students also came to school. How many students was
yes.
given an admission each year.
Yeah, yes. But that information we don't have. We just have how many students have passed and how many students have failed. Okay. And the last number of the past students is 300. Okay, the highest. All right. So now the B1 in the last 5 years, average number of kids who failed in school. Okay, so like I said, that we can calculate. Okay, sum up all the students who failed. Okay, so failed ones you can see here 100. Okay, 100. Then here it's 50, 100, and 100. So sum that up.
But ma'am, wasn't my way also correct? Is because you're doing mode and mode is an average.
What did you got, Abraham, when you calculated with your method?
Ma'am, I had got 100.
You got 100. Okay. Um, but while we are finding out the average, we are getting 90. So
Ma'am,
there's a difference in difference.
ma'am,
Yes.
actually, ma'am, in mode, medium, and range, the values will normally change when you find the average. It won't be the same.
Yes. Yes, Abraham. So I think it's better for you to calculate the mean since we are finding the average. Okay. So I suggest you go with the mean approach, okay, to find the average.
Ma'am, when do we go with the mode or the medium?
When do we go with the mode and the median? It will come. Like I think further when we move on, it will come, and then we'll talk in detail that when do we go with the mode and the median approach. Okay. Right now, we follow the mean approach when we are to find the average of something. Okay, let's take the sum and divide it by the number of quantity. Okay, so right now go with the mean, mode and median also we will do. Okay, now how many times have the same number of kids failed? This you can see how. Look at the graph and look at the white part. Okay, this is the same.
And
This
4.
is this is the same, and this is the same. So easily you can see and tell that 4 times. Okay, writing it here 4 times. Same number of kids fail. Okay, so hope you're able to know now that how do we answer the questions when graph is given to us and we have to find out the answers just looking at the graph. Okay, this was a dual graph. Okay, I don't think you will be given a dual graph. You will be given only one graph. Okay, and you will be asked the minimum. Okay, and the maximum. So you can take a look and tell what's the minimum number of something, maximum number of something. Okay, then you can tell the difference between the minimum maximum. So from the maximum, you will subtract the minimum one. Okay, from the highest quantity, you will subtract the least one, and then find out the difference. Okay, if average is asked, add them all up and then divide it by the number of quantities. Okay, so you'll get the average. All right. So
Ma'am,
that way you can. Yes, Abraham.
will we even be asked a compound bar chart?
A what chart? Compound by chart.
Yes, ma'am.
No, you will not be asked a compound by this bar chart. Okay. You only have simple bar graph, simple bar graph in the textbook, and you have simple pie chart.
Ma'am, what about dot plot and all of the others?
Graph pie chart you have. Okay, you don't have dot plots. Right?
Ma'am,
In this chapter, you don't have dot plots.
line graph?
No, line graph also not. I think you'll be getting them in the next level. That is the secondary level. I think you'll be getting the line graph and all that in the secondary. Okay, right now we only have two things. We have a bar graph. We have a pie chart. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so that's it for today's class. Tomorrow we'll be meeting and we'll be doing what? We'll be doing the data, like finding out how to represent the data through a pie chart. Okay, we'll do pie chart tomorrow. All right. Homework for today. 1 second.
Ma'am,
Hmm. Yes.
will we need a compass for tomorrow? Because
Will
we
we
have
need a compass for tomorrow? Yes.
this and a protractor.
Hmm. Yes. You please bring a compass and a protractor, all of you. Okay. Do exercise 18.7 today. 18.7 today. Okay. Do 18.7. All right. And also try out the question in 18.10. 18.10, we have an example. Okay. An example. Try that out. Okay, you are given some number of scooters you are given. Okay, what you have to do is convert that data, okay, proportionally, okay, into convert that data proportionally, okay, to reduce the height of the um, graphs, okay, reduce the height of the data. All right, so do it. And 18.10 example, do it, and 18.7 also, please try out. Tomorrow we'll start with Python. Okay. Okay, so that's it for today. See you all tomorrow.